Hello everyone, I'm Miles. What exactly determines how much an economy can produce? And why do firms choose to stop hiring, even when they could still produce more? The answer lies in the production function and the core principle of economic equilibrium. Marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Once you truly understand the production function, you can predict labor demand, wage levels, and hiring decisions. This is the very heart of labor economics. Generally speaking, output Y is determined by productivity A, capital K, and labor N. A classic form is the Cobb-Douglas production function, which means if capital K and labor N increase by the same proportion, output Y increases by that same proportion. All production functions share a common trait. As inputs increase, output rises, but the rate of that increase gradually slows down. This means each additional unit of input yields less new output than the previous unit did. As inputs keep increasing, capacity constraints emerge, and the growth rate naturally declines. Let's use a simple calculation to understand this. Problem 1. Assume capital is fixed at 16. When labor is 1, output is 40. When labor increases to 40, output becomes 80. When labor reaches 90, output hits 120. Output is increasing, but the additional output per worker is falling. This is diminishing marginal returns. It explains why the marginal product curve is downward sloping and concave. Essentially, as labor increases, the capital available per worker decreases. Next, let's consider productivity. If productivity A increases, output will rise even if capital and labor remain unchanged. In problem 2, output increases from 80 to 96. This is the result of an increase in efficiency A. This situation is called a beneficial supply shock. For example, a breakthrough in industrial robotics would shift the entire production function upward. Conversely, an adverse shock, like a sharp rise in oil prices, would shift the curve downward. Note that productivity changes the position of the output curve, not its shape. Now, let's link this to firm decision-making. A firm's decision rule is simple. Stop hiring when marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Problem 3. Assume the product price is $5 and the wage is $38. First, calculate the marginal product of labor, then multiply by the price to get marginal revenue product. Compare this to the nominal wage to find the optimal hiring level. When hiring the third worker, the marginal revenue is 40, which is higher than the nominal wage. When considering a fourth worker, the marginal revenue drops to 30, which is below the nominal wage. Therefore, the firm's optimal hiring level is 3 people. At this point, equilibrium is reached. The marginal product of labor matches the real wage, and marginal revenue product equals the nominal wage. Finally, let's summarize the logic. The production function determines capacity, diminishing returns determine growth speed, productivity sets the overall level, and equilibrium comes from marginal revenue equaling marginal cost. Clearly, production reflects constraints, while equilibrium reflects the optimal choice within those constraints.